Welcome to lunchtime. I am so glad that you are right here with me today. And we are going to really enjoy today. And I hope that you're going to be right here with me. It's We had plans for today to have my friend come in and she was going to give us some tips and some tricks for lunchtime and was going to talk about some of the things that we've been talking about with planning. But, um, life sometimes gets in the way. So, because of that, we had to do things just a little bit different. So, I'm hoping that everything is perfect. Hello, hello, hello. So glad to have you. I am shifting things around because I didn't want the sunlight to mar your view. Hello, hello. And I'm hoping that this will work perfectly. I had a little entrance into um, StreamYard today that was just a little bit different, but you know what? That's the way it goes. It is, we're dealing with technology today. So, ho, 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 let's get started today. Hello, hello. Please tell us where you're from and say hello to each other and to those as we're coming in. Now, today, we're going to talk about hello, hello, out of Miami. Wonderful, wonderful. What kind of weather are you having down there in Miami? This is a great time to be able to um, go to Florida. I went to Florida one year and during December, and oh, from Brazil. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to have you here with us and that you were able to be a part of our live stream today. That's wonderful, wonderful. Yay! So, this is our time every Monday that we are able to. I'm very glad to see you. We are just blessed today to be able to sit down at the lunch table. You know, December has been crazy. In fact, it's been crazy ever since. Oh, from Mexico. Oh, my goodness. How about that? Wonderful, wonderful. Um, since Thanksgiving, it just seems like everything has gone into super speed. There's been so much going on and so many additional things. And I'm feeling better. You know, I went through that bout with a cold that just wouldn't leave. And goodness knows, had no voice. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. But you know what? God is good. So here we are. We're back and we're ready to go. All right, beautiful weather. Oh my goodness, you're in Colorado. Temps of 30 degrees. Well, you know what? If you're in Colorado, you probably ski. So having the snow and the cool is a good thing. If you're there, then that's what you want. You want that. So that's a real change up going from Miami to Colorado. I agree. I agree. Now, like I said, we were hoping to have Kenya from Kenya's Decor Corner to be on with us today. But unfortunately, as I said, life got in the way and she wasn't able to be a part of today's show. So I'm your girl today. And we have some things that we're going to talk about today that we had not had a chance to really get into. And if you remember at our last lunchtime, we really sat down and talked about some intentional planning, that purposeful intentional planning that we were doing during the month of December, getting ready for 2023. I don't know about you all, but I tell you what, these days are moving quickly. And plus, everybody has something special that they want you to attend. And when you're the mom or you're the grandparent or the aunt, then they want you there. They want you to be at whatever it is. And so Saturday, while I uploaded the show for you, I was not able to be on live because I needed to be somewhere else. I needed to be there for my grands. And so I took that time because I knew, that time that grandparents have with their grandchildren is valuable. And when the opportunity comes to be able to participate and to be a part of whatever it is that they're doing, I am one that says, go do it. Go do it. Because those opportunities, for number one, there are grandparents who have grandchildren who really don't want them to ever come to anything, and which is to me very sad. But I am thankful that I have grandchildren that love for Papa and I to come and to be a part of whatever their activities are. So to be honest with you, our calendar went whoosh and it filled up with everything. How about that? How about that? I love this little hat. I have had this hat, guys, since I was in still teaching middle school. And we had to be, I don't know if you know, but as teachers, we have to be aware of so many different things. It used to be when I first started teaching, we could celebrate Christmas, in our classroom, have Christmas parties, do whatever it was. And it wasn't, it was okay. But now we have to have winter holidays in the schools and for education because of the religious connection. And to me, that's a little bit sad, but it is what it is. So, we have to deal with that. Hello to all of you who are here today. So like I said, I wasn't able to be here live, and I already know Saturday, our video our Saturday in the kitchen will be there, but it won't be live because of the fact that I have to go. I have to travel on Saturday, and my kiddos are active in track and swimming. They do all of that year round. And so because of that, I try to make it to their meets, and I try to go to their swim meets, to the track meets, to whatever it is that they're participating in. Band concerts. We've got band concerts next week. And so we've got those things to do. Sometimes I go in and read stories for grandparent hour at the elementary school, and which I love. I absolutely love that because you have your little ones all around you, and they just hang on every word that you say. So those kind of things are fun. But as much love as we are trying to share, this is a time to do it. And as far as I think you will probably agree with me that at this time of the year, as well as any time of the year, it's all about the hope, the peace, the joy, and most of all, the love. That is really what this season is all about. And so in order to do that as home cooks and homemakers, we have to be able to set our schedules in such a way that we can still take care of family. We can still take care of the home, and we can be out doing those things with our extended family so that we're not missing a moment. So I am trying to make those moments special. And certainly I want to be able to do that by participating in as much as we possibly can. Now, I thought about, last month, during the month of November, we talked about setting up our holiday buffets. Now, we know how to do that. We know how to rock that. And so for those of you who are not able to be with us at the lunch table when we were talking about our buffets, then I invite you to go back and to take a look. There's shorts, there's lunchtime, all of that, talking about setting up buffets, which is really a lot of fun. And we are going to, in our family, we're going to turn around and we're going to do it again for Christmas. Hello, hello. I am so glad you're here today. Um, oh, yummy, some vegetable soup. You know, it's so funny that you said that. I am fixing vegetable soup today and fixing it myself. I am um I think as we're going to talk about some things that we are going to do this month, and we're going to talk about some things that when we have company coming, and certainly probably at some time or another during this month, you may have some company coming. And there are some things that we should and shouldn't do. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that because I wanted to take you to a little different mindset. Because most of the time, I'm trying to share with you those things that you should do. You know, you should try to do this, you should try to do that. But I have learned over the years that there are some things we just shouldn't do when we know that we have company coming. Oh, yummy. Now, so let's first talk about that. And then we're going to get into some more things. You know, projects. Projects are one of those things. Say, for instance, if you have company coming for Christmas Eve on the 24th, and almost every year our family gets together for Christmas Eve because it's a celebration. Of course, we're celebrating the birth of Christ on Christmas Day, but we're also, for our family, we're celebrating the birthday of my mother-in-law. And so always, we are involved in entertaining during that time period. Pretty things, home decor, and lifestyle. Let me answer this real quick. She's asking me about our kitchen vignette. So let me answer that before I get any further. I answered it yesterday in one of the comments that you sent. Um, I love during kitchen vignettes, and I am going to do a kitchen vignette here in the kitchen, and I'm going to do it right here. We're going to put it together. But we were not able to do the collab because there just weren't enough people. I mean, just for now, you and I can certainly do that. And I would love for you to do that. We could come on together and put our kitchen vignettes together. And if you're interested in doing that, shoot me an email. Let me know. Because I know the folks who are out here watching and listening, that they would love to be able to see not only what you're going to put together, but what I might put together as well in our two different kitchens. So that is something that I would certainly enjoy doing this month. So please send me an email down in the description box and let me know what you think and give me a date and we'll set it up. We'll get that set up. Okay. All right. I love that. I love these conversations at lunchtime. I am trying, Sue, getting that our holiday thing going. And in fact, if any of you would like to participate in putting together a kitchen vignette, I would love it. But you know, last year I did the Christmas kitchen vignette and there were only three people uploaded. And Pretty Things Home Decor and Lifestyle was one of the three. Denise was one, and myself. That was it. That was all we got. And so, where normally we'd have a slew for everyone to take a look at. So I just decided, okay, maybe that wasn't what we needed to do because we have so many people who are doing vignettes and those kind of things as a weekly or monthly thing that I think maybe some people just got a little burned out. So I didn't try to do that this year. So that's the only reason I didn't officially set that up. Okay, now back to our company. We've got company coming in for Christmas Eve, I had to learn the hard way. Because a lot of times what I do after Thanksgiving, I look around and the big guy and I will see something that we really probably should have done months ago as far as a project's concerned. And we will decide about a week or two before that holiday, let's get that project done. And we did that one year. Now I'm hoping you can hear me because the guy over next door is blowing leaves. Don't you love it? He blows leaves just as we get ready to go on. And so it's a little noisy. So I'll have to talk up a little bit. Please excuse that. But anyway, so we decided this was a major project. We decided that we were going to take down the wall between our living room and our family room and open that area up. And here's the funny part. Were we going to hire a company? No. We decided we were going to do it ourselves. It was going to be one of those DIY deals. Well, honey, let me tell you, we did it. But let me tell you, who saved the day? At that time, my son was stationed in Iraq. And it just happened, he surprised us, not knowing that we had this project going. He surprised us and came home for Christmas. Now, while we were so excited that he got home, he looked around, he said, "What have y'all done?" Because that place was a hot mess. The wall was down, but not finished. And so we had to get the structures up. We had all this stuff that needed to be done. I had scheduled, this is how tight a schedule I had. Okay, Christmas Eve's on the 24th, on the 24th. So here we are, 2 weeks before Christmas Eve. I had planned for a week prior to Christmas Eve, I had a painter already scheduled to come. So that meant we had to have the wall finished so that he could come in and paint that entire area during the week prior to Christmas. Was that not crazy? Oh my goodness, who does that? I did. And so thank goodness we pulled in a couple of other friends of the big guys in addition to my son. They worked and the painter was here on time and ready to go. And when Christmas Eve came, everyone that walked in went, "Wow," because everything had this nice, fresh new paint. We had all of this open space, and everyone was just so impressed. Little did they know that both of us were sweating bullets because we had waited until the last minute to do a project. So number one, don't start a project in your house at the last minute before you have company coming. That's a biggie. Now, second thing that you don't want to ever do before you have company coming. I'm known for the last minute mop, because I figure people have tracked, particularly here in the kitchen. You know, I've been cooking and doing those things. So I'll go grab the bucket, sweep, swab the deck. And one day, about a month ago, I had done that. And the big guy was coming down the steps. And I was caught up in something else, so I didn't hear him on his way down. And when he hit that last step, he fell. And I was terrified. Thank goodness nothing was broke. The only thing hurt was his feelings. But there was no warning. He had no warning. I wasn't expecting him to come down that early. This was early in the morning. I thought, okay, I'll mop up that floor. So I'm saying to you, if you're going to mop your floor, please don't wait too late. Do it before you have people that are moving around the house, because usually our company stays here. And so, they're waking up at off hours. They may smell whatever I'm cooking in the kitchen and start to tumble down the steps. So, what I've started to do now is to wait until everyone's gone to bed and then mop the floors. And that means that I'm the last person. So I go up the steps, and by the time everyone gets up the next morning, the floors are dry, they look pretty, and we're ready to go. So don't wait too late on those floors. Now, number 3, remove the clutter. You know that's hard to do, especially now. We're wrapping gifts. We're checking off our list. I've got Christmas cards that I'm sending out. I'm trying to send so many every day, trying to get those ready. So I've got a pile of that. I'll be honest. I'm gonna show you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let me turn you around, and let's see if I can get you where you can see. See if I can move you. You can see right here on the corner. You can see there are my papers, and those are all the things. My planners over there, my Christmas cards are over there, the list over there, notes are over there, all those things. Clutter. So when you know you have company coming, then that is not the time. That is not the time to have all the clutter. So you want to be able to move that. So try to shut down whatever it is that you have, and have a place where you can put all of your stuff so that it's out of sight. And what I do is that I have one of those TJ Maxx has those big shopping bags that you can get for like $1.99. I keep one of those in the closet. And that way I can slide these things into it in the closet, take it out when I need it, put it back so that it's not so crazy. But thank goodness today I didn't have to worry about that. Now, another thing, trash. When you know you're going to have more people in your house than normal, whatever your number is. I know, like Duncan party is 6. They've got 6 people. So then, if they bring in, they have company. Say they have both sets of parents to come for the holiday. Then that's going to put 10 people, which means there's going to be additional trash. So some things to keep in mind. Go ahead now. Stock your trash bags. If you need an additional trash can outside, then, or wherever you keep your trash bins, wherever they are, either in the garage or if they're outside, whichever your particular collection company, whatever it is that they use, then have an additional spot. Because think about this, you're going to have additional food stuff, you're going to have additional cardboard, paper, all of those kind of things. And you're probably not going to have time during the holidays to worry about running over to the recycle center. And I know during the holidays, our recycling schedule is usually off. And so it gives you time to be able um, to be able to put things in place, and that it's not so crazy. If weather gets bad, you need to be able to have a place to put trash. So don't let the trash pile up if possible. And I know, at this time of the year, my recycle bin stays full because Amazon's coming back and forth, or whomever's delivering back and forth. So those are bags and boxes that are constantly coming in. Break them down immediately. Put them into their bins. And once that bin looks like it's full, either take it to your recycling center, or um, you might have to do the uh-oh thing, and that is actually put some of that into the trash. I know you don't want to, I don't want to, but sometimes I have to break down if I get way too much before the time for collection comes. So that's something to keep in mind. Because if you have too much trash, and say for instance, you might have been one of those people to live up in Buffalo when they had all of that snow right there before Thanksgiving. And if you didn't have enough trash receptacles, imagine the mess of trying to find a place for your trash. Got company, some of the things that you want to try to avoid. Another thing, we ran into a little bit of this for Thanksgiving. We were trying to make sure that we had everything in place. And one thing to keep in mind, don't put your food out too early. You know, if you know, like appetizers, I'm going to start with appetizers because of the fact usually you have the appetizers out so that those who are coming in, they can kind of get a little bit of a snack, gives you a little bit of break before you're actually bringing out the main meal. And but you don't want to do that too early because then people will pig out on the appetites, on the appetizers, and when it's time for the real food to come around, they're not hungry. So keep that in mind. We don't want to put that food out too early. Plus, your real menu, your main items, you definitely don't want them out too early because you want your food to be served hot. And that's the advantage of having your slow cookers and even the the burner, the induction cooker. Those are the types of things that you can use that you can turn down on warm, on low. Because if you're in a place like Miami, then you may not want to cut that oven on unless you absolutely need to. And so you may want to keep your house at a nice temperature. And so with that, especially if you know you have a lot of people coming, you really don't want to heat up that house too much. So because of that, you can take the time to be able to use the smaller devices and keep your food warm, nice and warm, nice and warm, semi-hot. Um, I went out yesterday, and one of the places that I like to go, I had not been to Big Lots in heaven knows how long. I know, I had not been to Big Lots, and I usually run over to Big Lots probably once a month just to see what they have. But the way our schedule had been, I had not been able to go in Big Lots since they brought out all of their Christmas items. And so yesterday I had a little bit of time and I thought, I'm going to Big Lots because it really is a great place to go in. And I spent, I know, a good hour or more walking the aisles and browsing the aisles of Big Lots. And you know, for you, I don't know where your favorite place may be. You know, if you want something that kind of has a reasonable look to it as far as price is concerned. And I try to keep about at least four gifts that are wrapped. I know what's in them. I can use them as hostess gifts. I can use them if someone comes and we didn't know they were coming. And when we start to open gifts, we don't want them to be open, empty handed. So, and especially if you have little ones, you don't want them to be left out. So it's always nice to have a couple of gifts stashed away just in case. And so yesterday, I was able to find about 4 to 5 things that I'm going to wrap and have them under the tree. No name, just who it's from. and I'll have some kind of little indicator on it so that I'll know if it's for a male or a female, a boy or a girl, and then that way I can hand it off, give it out if necessary. Also, those for some ideas for hostess gifts. Now, you all in the description box certainly feel free to share some ideas for hostess gifts. I like for hostess gifts, the normal things. I do wine. Um, I usually attach with wine either some specialty crackers and cheese combination. The groceries, we have several groceries, Publix and Wegmans are two groceries that we have that are supposed to be our big ticket item groceries, and they are. Don't get it twisted. They're expensive, but they have those unique items that you can get, like where you might have a box, a beautiful box, looks very Christmassy. It could have candies, and you might want to attach one of those boxes and add some kind of real pretty bow with an ornament, and thinking that a nice ornament that they can actually take off and use. I have done that. I've given wine glasses. I've given like little shot beverage glasses, a little small. That's not what they're called, shot glasses. They're called, they're the little short glasses, not really considered a juice glass, but you'd use it like on your beverage bar. And, but anyway, they are just Ross, TJ Maxx, Tuesday Morning are wonderful places for finding beautiful packs of 4 of nice glassware that you might be able to gift to a hostess. I have one particular place that we go, and I know that hostess well enough that I know she collects angels. And so I usually try to find a beautiful angel. And as her hostess gift, I usually give her an angel. One year, a place that we went for during the holiday, that person collects Santas. And while I didn't know exactly what Santas they had, that she already had, but I found one that I thought was pretty unusual. And as it turned out, she didn't have that one. So that was fun. So I was able to gift something to her that I thought was cute and helpful. Because you want I've even given, for those that I know who like to write, I've given stationery with a pretty pen, nice hostess gift. Or I've even done like note cards. And depending on how close I am to that particular hostess and I know them well, sometimes I'll give them the note cards, the pen. Sometimes I'll find, if I have time to go to the post office, I'll get a pack of their decorative stamps and include that as a part of the package, so that when they're ready to write their cards, they have everything they need right there in that little gift package. And then find some cute little bag to be able to put it in. So those are just ideas of things that you can use. Cookbooks. If you know that person is one who likes to play around and dabble in the kitchen, then find them, and usually, let me keep this in mind, give them a cookbook that you know you like. Don't try to find something that you've never looked at before. Give them something that you know works. That's the thing. And, I'm looking at Patricia. Patricia said, you just gave me the perfect idea. Her hostess collects shoe ornaments for her tree. Ah, you know, I have a buddy who has this thing about the shoes. And in fact, it was so funny the other day. I was just over visiting her, and she had found these red high heels. It was so cute. I guess it was about this big, about that tall. It was a stapler. I don't know where she got that, but it was so cute. So if you know that they're into shoes or they're into handbags, you might be able to find something unique for that particular person, and that they would enjoy having. And the fun thing about those things is that every time they take it out, you're on their mind. Now, my buddy has a thing. She likes fur, and so I was able to find. I don't know if you all remember, several years ago, Aldi's carried the wine bottle holders that had and they had four different types of fur wine bottle holders. They were so pretty, and so that's what I gave her. I gave her a nice bottle of wine and put it inside of one of those containers. Another thing is to think about if your person's a tea person or a coffee person, then you can certainly find a selection of coffee that you think they will like, or a selection of tea that you think they will like, along with a beautiful mug. It doesn't have to be Christmas, it just has to be pretty. And or even a tea pot with a tea cozy. Those are things that we can do that will certainly brighten the day of the person that you're giving that gift to. Now, keep this in mind. Don't expect gifts, because there are just some people who automatically think I can't go without gifts. And I don't know about you all, but I learned that as a child, that you do not go to someone's house for dinner or for a party or for barbecue or whatever it is and not carry something. If they said they didn't want you to bring food, then take an appetizer. If they said they didn't want you to bring anything edible, then that's when you know you're definitely going to come with a hostess gift. Don't go empty handed. And that's something. And so I'm saying, for us, for those of us who we were raised like that, to make sure we always took something for the hostess that the host could use immediately, or that the hostess would use at a later time, to, even if it's bath salts. Think about the fact that when all of the holidays are over and they want to kick back, then bath salts, those little bath bombs, great lotion, those are things that we can give as little hostess gifts. I thought about this the other day. Remember when on Saturday in the kitchen when I did the peanut brittle? I'm not sure that I mentioned the fact that recipe for peanut brittle can be used with any nut that you like. So if you're allergic to peanuts, but you can eat almonds, make almond brittle. If you don't like almonds, but you like walnuts, then make a walnut brittle. Whatever type of nut that you like, then that's what you'll use. So keep that in mind. So keep in mind, if your group is allergic to, and I brought up nuts because nuts are one of those things that if that person has a severe allergy, then they can't even be in the room with peanuts. And I found out the hard way. My granddaughter's allergic to pineapple. And so I have to be very careful with drinks and some of the cakes and those kind of things that you make around the holiday very often have pineapple as a part of it. And so we have to be careful with what we put in the food that we take. Now, um, this is one. This is a biggie. Guys, the most embarrassing thing for our guest is for them to come, go into the restroom, only to find that when needed, they start to take the toilet paper off and find there's only 2 squares and there's no other toilet paper around. And they have to yell outside the door and say, can somebody bring me a paper? Oh, I've had that to happen. That happened to me, where, I got in there, did what I need to do, got ready to use the toilet paper, and only to find that the person who had been in there used up all the toilet paper, didn't bother to say anything when they came out. So the next person in, who happened to be me, had none. So now I make a conscious look around the room to see exactly what I've got. Now, so what I've started to do is there's these containers that you can get, and I'm sure some of you probably have them, that hold about 3 additional rows of toilet paper. And so what I've started doing 2 things besides using that in each bathroom is that I put 2 extra rolls of toilet paper. When I know there's a lot of people coming in, I know we're going to need it. And I actually add a roll of paper towel so that it's in there as well. Even though I've got the towels, the cloth towels, after COVID, most people want a paper towel instead, and they just won't use your towel that you have, not because they don't think it's not clean, but so many people going in there and drying their hands and those kind of things. I usually put a towel in there that is decorative, and I expect them to use a paper towel. So I make sure they have paper towel and plenty of TP, because that is so embarrassing to have to ask for toilet paper, and especially when you're the one in the bathroom. As well as, as well as air freshener. Have an extra air freshener in the bathroom. And I found this air freshener that's called Scent Bomb. Everybody got that? Scent Bomb. Now, let me tell you, it beats any air freshener you can possibly get. And especially when you have a lot of people in your house. Shh, shh, 2 little sprays, and the room is odor-free, and whatever fragrance that you select, because it does come in a variety of fragrances, then you can and when they walk out of the bathroom, you have no idea what's gone on in there. It is nice and fresh for the next person that has to go in. And so I'm looking at, I'm going to go over here before I keep going. I guess I better finish up, and then we'll come back, because I do want to talk about some of these things that they're talking about. This is one of those things you never want to do. First of all, you don't want to drink too much. And that is not related to drinking water. That is related to drinking other beverages that may impair you from doing the things that you need to do. You want to have a good time, you want to be able to socialize with everyone, but if you're the hostess with the mostest, then you have to keep a somewhat level head. So just putting it out there, just putting it out there. Keep that in mind. Don't drink too much. Now, don't forget about your fur babies. When you have company coming, be aware. Do you have company that's coming that's going to be sensitive? Maybe you have a cat and the person coming has a cat allergy. So while that person's there, number one, you're going to want to put the cat in a place where he or she's happy, but they're not out rubbing up against the person who has the cat allergy. Or if they're allergic to dogs, you may want to put the dogs away for a little while until company's gone, because everyone does not like the cat coming in hopping on their lap or the dog rubbing up against all of their clothes, especially if it's a really nice party. You want to keep everyone nice and clean. So don't forget about the pets. And wherever you put them, make sure they have plenty to drink and not too much, because you don't want any accidents. But take them outside, do what they need to do, and then put them up. So also, we all clean weekly, right? Most of us. And but during the holidays, sometimes that's not always possible. So a couple of days before you know your company's coming, give your house, your entire house, a good home blessing. Dust. I'm not saying you got a deep clean, because all that should already been done. This is just bless your house. Check the glass. Make sure the glass is clean, stainless steel in the kitchen, wiped, shiny. Things are nice and shiny and clean, so that when your company comes in, that's something you don't have to do. You don't have to worry about it. Now, and don't assume that it's clean. One thing to make sure that you've done, and I have no problem. I usually, I like to remember that the microwave is in use all day, all the time. And I, I, in my house, I'm the one who cleans up the microwave. So I have to make a conscious effort of going in, spraying it down, and wiping it down. Because the next person who comes along, 9 times out of 10, if somebody says, can I microwave this real quick? Well, before you think about it, you're going to say, oh, sure, go ahead and use the microwave. And then maybe a few seconds later, it dawns on you, what does my microwave look like? And so touch it up, touch it up, touch it up. Every chance you get. I'm not, have a moist towel and just quick check to make sure your microwave looks nice. That's one of those places that sometimes we forget about. It's our microwave, and he gets used a lot during the holiday. Oh, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, today. And I'm saying this because we did it yesterday. We came in from church and it was cold. It was really cold yesterday. So I wore my little fur jacket. I thought I was halfway cute. And I had taken it out of its winter storage. So usually when I take it out of the winter storage, I put it down here in the downstairs closet. Well, I got ready to put it into the closet, and guess what? Number one, no hangers. Number two, there wasn't enough space because I still had spring jackets and those kind of things in the closet. Just hadn't thought about cleaning the closet. But you know what? Yesterday, we stopped right then, took out all of those things that we knew we would not be using for winter, put the hangers in that we knew we would need, the heavier hangers for winter clothes, and switched out the closet so that when our company comes, they have a hanger that they can use and put their coat on. Now, if you're having a large group come in for a party, we normally use our bedroom. And we put the coats on the bed, take them up, put them on the bed, and that's where they stay. So that way, once the closet's full, there's a secondary place to be able to put coats. You don't want people carrying around their coat. And some people like to be able to stick their handbag inside of their coat. They want to be in a safe place. And I'm hoping, for me, I would be terrified if someone came, had their handbag or whatever it is that they had, and when the evening was over with, something was missing. I would be devastated. And it has never happened here. But I usually ask, okay, this is a good place for your purse, but I'm going to put it in a place where they can see it, keep their eye on it, so that they know where their purse is and there's not a mix up. So keep that in mind. Now, the other day I was talking to a really good friend, and this is a conversation we were talking about. I don't know how many of you are grandmothers. I know some of you are that are out there. And when our children were young, I know I taught my children that whatever you see on a coffee table, you can look, but you do not touch. You all with me? Look, but don't touch. Well, everyone has not taught their little ones that same thing. And so what we have had happen is that I've had things broken because I shouldn't have to monitor, what other people are doing. And, you know, you have children who want to play with whatever it is. So I've gotten to the point for holidays, particularly Christmas, anything I have out is fair game. They can play with it, they can touch it, they can move it, they can whatever. And if I know I've got little babies coming in, definitely they have things that are at their level that they can play with, because nobody wants to have to fuss at them and say, don't touch, don't touch, don't touch, don't touch. It makes for, you're upset because you're having to correct someone else's child or stop them, and the parent's not having a good time because they're caught up trying to say, oh no, don't touch that, oh no, don't touch that, and they're so afraid they're going to break something. So I just try to make sure that on their level, whatever it is, it's user friendly. And anything that you have that is extremely precious, put it away or put it up where they will not be, they aren't even going to think about it, because it's at a level that they won't pay attention to, and it's in a safe place. And I'm saying that as a grandmother, I I was fortunate. Most of my grandchildren grew up close. So they knew the rule, things that are on the coffee table, you really shouldn't bother. But if Mimi has this out, this is at Mimi's house, you can do that. But when you go to somebody else's house, don't bother it unless they say you can play with it. They have to have permission. And so that's just something to keep in mind. Keep in mind, we got children coming. Oh, in your house. Remember we talked about the oven early on. We were talking about trying to keep our food hot, and that we would try not to turn the oven up, because that heat would radiate throughout the house. It might make the house too hot. And then you know how it is, you start opening windows here, windows there. We've done that. We've had to do that because we've been cooking, that day. And so, but if you have 25 to 30 people in your house, you might not want to do that. You might want to keep the house a little cool. So think about the temperature of your house. Last but not least, don't overlook the details. Don't forget to do that. there's always details that you need to check. And that's the reason why we write things down, because we're human and we're going to forget something. You know, I am notorious for forgetting to take the cranberry sauce out of the refrigerator. Have a beautiful layout. Have everything that I think's supposed to be there, and forget to take the cranberry sauce out because it's supposed to stay refrigerated. Take it out as we're getting ready to have dinner, and I'll forget. And when we think about it, we're all sitting at the table, half of our plate is already eaten, and then there we are. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Keep a list and get ready for it. Now, let me go back and take a look at what we've got going on today, because you all have been talking a lot. The farmista said that she thinks that consumable items, you right, those are great hostess gifts. Sue said that we have friends who have everything, including beautiful dogs. They often work as volunteers for a dog shelter and encourage adoption. So she takes toys for the dogs and they love it. See, when you know your hostess and your host, and you know enough about them to know what it is that they like, then it makes it very, very easy to find little gifts. That's like our neighbor next door. They have oh, corgis. I think that's, and those little corgis are just cute as they can be. They have everything. They've got cookie jars. They've got all these fun things. And so when I'm looking for something for them, I may shop for them early in the season, because those are things that are specialty items and that you might just happen upon every now and then, but then I can put it away and hold it for the holiday. Um, She said, Farmista said to stack up that TP on the back of the toilet and to save people the anxiety. You are absolutely right. That is a panic situation to be in there and not. Christina, hello. We're glad that you're with us today. The coat closet. Extra hangers. You know what? You're absolutely right. And I picked up a couple of packages of extra, especially those heavy wooden ones that you can get. I like those, and I try to buy them at Walmart when I can catch them. But they're perfect for winter coats, because those winter coats are heavy, and sometimes the wire hangers just don't do the job. So this is a good time to be able to catch those hangers. Uh, Pretty Things said that, oh, thank you. Great tips for hosting others during the holiday. Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, our our homes over the next few weeks may get their workout. Between people coming in and out. Yesterday we had somebody to stop by that we weren't expecting. You're sitting here, the doorbell rings, ding ding, and there they were. Now, let me give you one of my best tips. Keep a beverage mix in your refrigerator. Now, I've got a bottle of red wine, a bottle of white wine. I've got a cranberry solution that I like to make that has cranberry juice, and you top it off either with Sprite or something, or ginger ale, that you can put that together. It's got the little cranberries in it. It even has orange slices in it. And the longer it stays in the refrigerator, the better it tastes. It's almost like a sangria, but without the alcohol. Now, if the person who's drinking it chooses to put alcohol in it, that's on them. But I prepare mine. Have a beverage ready that you can serve to your guests as they drop by. Keep apple cider. That's a great beverage to have in your refrigerator. Now, closer to the holiday, there's going to be some eggnog that's going to be in there, non-alcoholic. And that gives you options because some people like to kick their eggnog up. I even have eggnog ice cream. So if, like for the kids, if they have a mug and they want a scoop of eggnog ice cream in theirs, they can do it. We call it eggnog float. So they can do their eggnog float in there, but have something that's there that you can serve. Um, I am so glad. I'm looking at the time, and you know what? It's almost time for us to go back to work. And I am just so thrilled that you were here today. And certainly, I am hoping that you're going to take the time to think about some of the things that we've talked about today. And I hope it's been of value to you. And so when it comes to those projects, don't do as I did. Um, you do the right thing. Save that project until after Christmas, after the company's gone, and enjoy your holiday. And don't forget about yourself. Remember to take some time for yourself where you can kick your feet up, go get your manicure, get a pedicure, and have a wonderful time for yourself for the holiday and as you're getting ready for the holiday. I love you all. Though, if any of you are out there who are not subscribers, I hope that you'll take a moment to hit that subscribe button before you leave. Don't forget the thumbs ups. And please be sure to be on the lookout because Saturday's video is going to be a big one. And so I'm hoping that you will enjoy it. And Wednesday, I got a little something for you that I think you're going to like too. So, we are going. Oh, I see. You got a facial scheduled. Woo-hoo! Uh, love on yourself and love on your family. God bless you. And we're going to be right here at the lunch table next week. And it's going to be a fun time. And we're going to have a great conversation. So, mwah, 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 enjoy. I'll see you soon. My screen is freezing. I don't know what's going on with that screen. I don't think that's us. I think it's something going on with StreamYard today.